Let me talk to you about something new, okay? So let's take a look.
Enables that person to do, and we had like one guy, he told me like he installed it at his 60-year-old dad, and like they made beer, connected the machine via Bluetooth to OpenClaw, and then we automated everything, including the whole website for people to order.
Lobsterlager fertig sein.
Hundreds of people are queuing up for lobsters in Shenzhen.
OpenClaw.
We want to build OpenClaw with OpenClaw.
Everyone is talking about OpenClaw, but what is OpenClaw?
Believe it or not, there's already a claw con.
Incredible, incredible. Now, I illustrated effectively what OpenClaw is in this way, and so that all of you can understand it, but let's just think what happened. What is OpenClaw? It connects, it's an agentic system. It calls and connects to large language models. So the first thing it has resources that it manages. It could access tools, it could access file systems, it could access large language models. It's able to do scheduling. It's able to do cron jobs. It's able to decompose a prompt that you gave it into step by step by step. It could spawn off and call upon other sub-agents. It has I/O. You could talk to it in any modality you want. You could wave at it and it understands you. You could talk to any modality you want. It sends you messages. It texts you, sends you email. So it's got I/O. OpenClaw has open sourced essentially the operating system of agentic computers. It is no different than how Windows made it possible for us to create personal computers. Now OpenClaw has made it possible for us to create personal agents. The implication is incredible. The implication is incredible. First of all, the adoption says something, all in itself. However, the most important thing is this. Every single company now realize, every single company, every single software company, every single technology company, for the CEOs, the question is, what's your OpenClaw strategy? Just as we need to all have a Linux strategy, we all needed to have an HTTP, HTML strategy, which started the internet. We all needed to have a Kubernetes strategy, which made it possible for mobile cloud to happen. Every company in the world today needs to have an OpenClaw strategy, an agentic system strategy. This is the new computer. Agentic systems in the corporate network can have access to sensitive information, it can execute code, and it can communicate externally. Just say that out loud, okay? Think about it. Access sensitive information, execute code, communicate externally. You could, of course, access employee information, access supply chain, access finance information, sensitive information, and send it out, communicate externally. Obviously, this can't possibly be allowed. And so what we did was we worked with Peter. We took some of the world's best security and computing experts, and we worked with Peter to make OpenClaw enterprise secure and enterprise private capable. And we call that, this is our Nvidia OpenClaw reference for NemoClaw, which is a reference for OpenClaw, and it has all these agentic AI toolkits, and the first part of it is technology we call OpenShell that has now been integrated into OpenClaw. Now it's enterprise ready. This stack with a reference design we call NemoClaw, okay? With a reference stack we call NemoClaw, you could download it, play with it, and you could connect to it the policy engine of all of the SaaS companies in the world. And your policy engines are super important, super valuable. So the policy engines could be connected. NemoClaw or OpenClaw with OpenShell would be able to execute that policy engine. It has a network guardrail. It has a privacy router. And as a result, we could protect and keep the claws from executing inside our company and do it safely. We also added several things to the agentic system. And one of the most important things you want to do with your own claw, custom claws, is so that you can have your custom models. And this is NVIDIA's Open Model Initiative. We are now at the frontier of every single domain of AI models. Whether it's Nemotron, Cosmos World Foundation model, Groot, artificial general robotics, humanoid robotics models, Alpamayo for autonomous vehicle, BioNemo for digital biology, Earth-2 for AI physics. We are at the frontier on every single one. Take a look. Our models are valuable to all of you because, number one, it's on the top of the leaderboard. It's world-class. But most importantly, it's because we are not going to give up working on it. We're going to keep on working on it every single day. Nemotron 3 is going to be followed by Nemotron 4. Cosmos 1 was followed by Cosmos 2. Groot at generation 2. Each and one of these, we're going to continue to advance these models. Vertical integration, horizontal openness, so that we can enable everybody to join the AI revolution. Number one on leaderboard across research and voice and world models and artificial general robotics and self-driving cars and reasoning. And of course, one of the most important one, this is Nemotron 3 in OpenClaw. This is Nemotron 3 in OpenClaw. And look at the top three. There are the three best models in the world. Okay, so we are at the frontier. It is also true that we want to create the foundation model so that all of you could fine-tune it and post-train it into exactly the intelligence you need. This is Nemotron 3 Ultra. It is going to be the best base model the world's ever created. This allows us to help every country build their sovereign AI. And we're working with so many different companies out there.